Well, there's no doubt that this is a game which holds a special place in the mind of the footballing folk in this part of the world. Expectations rising, evidently the crowd hoping to be treated to a special contest. It is the perfect backdrop for the players to walk out to. So it feels like a pretty special occasion here in the capital, a bustling scene in the north of the great Cruyff! There it is!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Messi got a shot away. Decent enough try.
Very speculative with little threat, if any, for the keeper.
Roberto Carlos cuts out the pass. Rodri. Now it's Darwin. And here's Mbappe. Cruyff has found the net here, of course. Engages and forces him off the ball. And that is as far as they're going to go. Nunez. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Mbappe. And here's Nunez. Had a shot. And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Nunez clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
And we have our very first corner. And that has been cleared. And now a sudden chance to counter. And it's Messi.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Well timed, excellent interception. Can he finish? Good try, very good try in fact.
Well, I think he's surprised himself how he managed not to hit the target then. He seemed to believe it was going in.
Mbappe just eases him off the ball. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Messi, and he's heaved it away. And here's Mbappe. And he's taking no chances there. And it's Gundogan. And here's Maldini. Maldini made a surge from fullback, as it turned out, unsuccessfully. Adams calmly anticipates. Darwin dominates aerially so often. And here's Mbappe. Oh, he's found support out wide. He's shifting through the gears here.
There will
De
be
Jong.
1 minute added time.
And here's Messi. And we hit half-time. So the end of the first half, both teams have had their moments. There's been no shortage of talking points, but there has been just one goal, and that is the state of it at the break. 1-0.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half.
Well, I think in these circumstances it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it.
And Torres! Goal! And there's the goal they've been looking for. He just absolutely speared that in.
Is it just me, or did he make that look very, very easy? That was terrific skill and composure from him. He finished with such aplomb.
Milan are doing very nicely, thank you.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up. Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
Cruyff, Fernando Torres.
The attendance for this match was
And it's Messi.
61,052.
Nunez. Now it's Maradona. Messi. He's had it taken off him. Vieira. A true great in every sense of the word. Costa Curta couldn't squeeze it through. Fernando Torres. Gundogan. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. That's a lovely, neat pass. Gundogan. That has been cut short. Nunez. Mbappe! Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested. Well, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Rodri.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
Darwin. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Mbappe. Maradona. It's Roberto Carlos. Passing nice and neat.
Well, this does not look promising, Peter. The least they can do is to give the crowd something to cheer about, but that might be difficult from here.
The message is clear, none shall pass. Oh, well played, well sorted out. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Well, that's been cut out, well played.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Can he finish? And that's it. Well, that was a frustrating game. They were, at times, cohesive, very capable, but undone by an opponent who simply did a better job. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Well, Peter, I really couldn't see what this team was trying to achieve.
Well, there's no doubt that this is a game which holds a special place in the minds of the footballing folk in this part of the world. Expectations rising, evidently the crowd hoping to be treated to a special contest. It is the perfect backdrop for the players to walk out to. Evidently the crowd hoping to be treated to a special contest. It is the perfect backdrop for the players to walk out to. Vibrant and vivacious, there is a genuine appetite for the game here, retaining, as it does this stadium, the spirit of the grand old ground they left behind a mile away. Well, hello and welcome one and all. It's a pleasure to have you with us. As you can see, we are all set. The game should be a truly entertaining one, whichever side of it you find yourself on. We have a grand mass of noise and colour, and the juices are flowing. Vibrant and vivacious, there is a genuine appetite for the game here, retaining, as it does this stadium, the spirit of the grand old ground they left behind a mile away.
Nunez made it all look so simple there before he invited his own complications.
Now it's Mbappe. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Batistuta. And they're quick to get it back. And it's Beckham, played with finesse. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Yeah, Marquinhos, he's one of the toughest and most competitive centre-backs in the business. He's the kind of player you can rely on to always be just where you need him, making a vital interception or just making life difficult for the opposition to get through. And that's a very valuable characteristic.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone... Oh, what has happened here? Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. David Villa is flagged offside. De Ligt. Still goalless at the moment. And he's picked out the run. Batistuta. De Ligt gets it clear. And here's Bergkamp. And that's gone loose. Oh, here's a chance! That's got him rattled. Nicely aimed pass. Darwin. Just eases him off the ball. And it's Batistuta. Stood up well to him there. 30 minutes gone. De Jong. Roberto Carlos. Maradona. Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. Could be danger here. Oh, that's a key interception. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Rodri. Well, a goal here just before half-time could mean a great deal. That pass has been well intercepted. Marquinhos kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. It's Bergkamp! Oh, surely that deserved better.
Bergkamp has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
Messi. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. And it's Messi. De Jong. Darwin. And that'll be the last act of the first half. Well, there it is, half-time. Not a bad watch by any means. And the efforts of both sides have been good, but neither have been able to penetrate. And so we reach the break, and the game remains goalless.
Please watch the screen for
No goals at this stage, but certainly not devoid of action. It is 0-0 here at half-time. And the action is back on the way.
Well, I can imagine both managers have been in the ears of the players. They want more. Let's hope the game comes to life sooner rather than later.
And it's Batistuta. And it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Rodri. De Jong. Oh, good, great chance! Big moment! Massive goal!
Dependability is one thing, and he brings that to his game, but that sort of dynamism is another attribute he's blessed with, and it's revealed on a regular basis too. Superb. Look, that was a technical interaction of great football. That has gone down a treat.
Substitutions taking place.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. Two fresh faces, and both in the front line.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what system they'll be playing with now, Peter.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, listen, a few words of advice and encouragement from the manager during the break can often straighten things out, and it's paid off here.
Cafu.
That dugout has had some relief at least, but now the harder work starts. They've got to push for more.
Cafu clears it away. It's a throw-in. Time and again they are repelled. It's gone out for a throw-in. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, it's a natural instinct to defend when ahead, but it's too early for them to settle into that practice just now.
Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Quality deserted them when they really needed it.
Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. That is good strength. And here's a chance! Well, now it's a race for the ball.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Now it's Torres.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space. There's a real appetite from them to finally put this game to bed, but will they?
Now it's Darwin. And that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Well, there's the clearance. And he's had it nicked away.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
No, he wasn't being taken in by that trickery. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. And he's gone looking for safety. The referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Relief, finally. Now at last they can enjoy the taste of victory. Well, games at this level don't come too much bigger than this one.
Everyone,
90 minutes to decide whether they can take the big step up. The manager has challenged his players to deliver a statement, a warning shot to prospective opponents for next season. This is it. The scenery unmistakable, the atmosphere unbeatable, the noise irrepressible. Old Trafford again delivers. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Now it's Darwin. Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all. And it's Maradona. Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. Neither of these two want to come off second best. And here's Messi. He's having a go! pinches it off him. That'll be a throw. So it is still 0-0. Rice. Mbappe. Maradona. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. Well, here's your hero, goal scorer, match winner, saviour, all in one. Lionel Messi is indeed one of a kind, and history shows that he is all of those things and so much more.
Yeah, and we can testify to that, having covered quite a few of those games where he showed the very best qualities.
Time after time, it is a tale of the extraordinary, and we've come to expect the extraordinary. And he's let fly! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
Really was just waiting to pounce on any slip-up, and he was gifted a chance.
Ryerson. Possession football, Jim, we're seeing plenty of it. What is it, though, that really makes it work?
Well, for me, what makes it work is the fact that everyone in this team has the courage to show for the ball. You can't shy away from it. You can't hide. You have to front up in a setup like this, and everyone is doing just that.
You make it sound so simple. Too long, and over the line. De Ligt. Belletti. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped. Look, movement creates more options, and that was really sharply done.
Darwin dominates aerially so often. Still looking for the first breakthrough, and it is nearly half-time now. And it's Messi. Rice. Messi puts his foot on the gas. Rodri did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And here's Nunez. And the half-time whistle goes. Well, it has been a half largely of could-haves and should-haves. Perhaps the more impatient amongst the supporters will feel they're overdue a goal, but it's certainly not for the want of trying, so nothing to show as yet. At the break, it's 0-0. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Unspectacular, but solid, and that solidity could yet be the foundation for them to go on and win.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time. And we are already promptly back underway. 0-0, and we're at the halfway point. Messi. 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 Nunez. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Tonali. And Akanji. Gets into some space. Stood up well to him there. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Oh, he's got a side of goal! And that's caused a worry or two.
Messi has taken on too much there. That isn't one of the areas he thrives on.
The attendance for this match was 71,550.
So we've reached the hour mark. Messi. Messi! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
It's quite a show he's putting on here. This is excellent work. And we have our very first corner.
Tonali plays it short. And the shot! Really well taken goal. And that is the goal we've all been yearning for.
The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that until too late.
After 64 minutes is number 10, Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi.
A 1-0 lead established.
Look, experienced voices need to be heard now, along with good purpose and urgency, and they can get right back into this.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Vitinha. He is through here. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this. Well, it's good stuff. This is better.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Into the last quarter of an hour. Darwin. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. Some good work on the right flank here. And that is as far as they're going to go. Mbappe! The ball has bounced loose now. Now it's Mbappe! And he's found the net! Parity in the showpiece game. It has all the hallmarks of an epic.
Well, the old saying about a wounded animal and all that being at its most dangerous has definitely held through this time. Look, there just wasn't much of a gap to begin with, and to find it, I think it was a fine drive, and I don't think the keeper could have really planned for that. I think he's a bit unlucky in that instance.
Substitution on the field, number 41, Rice.
We have got changes
Number
here
5,
from both sides, in fact.
Vitinha.
So
Number
all square
20,
with almost no
Darwin
time
Núñez.
remaining.
Number
Credit
9,
where it's due. This is great
Mbappe.
attitude. Now, the
Number
only
10,
question is whether there's enough in the
Messi.
tank to grab
Coming on the
another.
field, number 6,
That's good running with the ball.
Eduardo Camavinga.
Vinicius
Number 8,
Junior.
Modric. Number 18,
Last-ditch defending, but that'll do.
number 23,
Pedri.
Vinicius
Pedri
Junior.
takes control of
Number
it, and he's
11,
on the move.
Yamal. Substitution.
He's shifting through the gears
Added
here.
minute has been indicated.
And there goes the final whistle. Well, nothing to separate the sides in the end, not for the want of desire, drive or determination. No complaints. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game? Well, games at this level don't come too much bigger than this one.
Hello,
90
everyone,
minutes
and
to decide
welcome to
whether they
Emirates
can take
Stadium.
the big step up. The manager has challenged his players to deliver a statement, a warning shot to prospective opponents for next season. This is it. So it feels like a pretty special occasion here in the capital, a bustling scene in the north of the great city of London, and a venue here which has housed some of the game's glitterati since 2006. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Now it's Maradona. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Costa Curta did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Maradona will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Fernando Torres.
Can he finish? There it is! The goal for which they thirsted, the goal for which they craved. Now, full steam ahead to the ultimate prize.
That looks like a preconceived plan. Win the ball and then unleash.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
This is going to make things very interesting, as their opponents will have to take a risk or two now.
Figo. Cleared away. And reclaimed it in a trice. And here's Neymar. Mbappe.
There they go, hunting again.
Shifted upfield. And here's Neymar. Oh, that's fabulous. Neymar. And here's Maradona. Tries a shot! Oh, the ball's run loose here. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. And it's Messi. No outsmarting him this time. Neymar. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Decent hit! It's in! They have come roaring back!
And it's another really good show of character. I love the spirit and togetherness they muster. Never know when they're beaten.
The goal scorer after
No
31
space,
minutes.
no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish. And I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Yeah, it's a very good contest with two very good sides, and with such great individual talent on show, it could go either way.
Nunez! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Look, it was achievable, Peter, but it needed his best.
And there's green grass ahead of him. And he was quick to react. And he's quick to snatch it back. Rodri stands tall and stands strong. And it's Neymar. Messi. De Jong. Rodri. Dixon.
There will
And
be
here's
1 minute
Figo.
added time.
And that is going to be the final action of the first half. A pretty decent watch this, and each side has contributed in equal part. Couple of very good goals for the crowd to enjoy, and a game which is right on the edge. At half-time, it's 1 each.
On the road outside the stadium.
That's a really interesting game, and they head in at half-time at 1-1.
Substitution on the field. Number 19, Figo. Number 7.
So it's back to
Neymar.
business.
Number 6, Fernando
Adams.
Torres. Number 24,
Maradona. Good defending there, they've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition.
Number 13.
And it's Drogba.
Mohamed Salah.
Beckham.
Number 11.
He's going to be disappointed with that.
Number 14.
Messi.
Didier Drogba.
It's Belletti.
Number 10. Messi.
De Ligt. Adams. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
De Jong. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
He's shifting through the gears here. Beckham defending his corner stubbornly, stood up
The
very well
attendance
to
for
his
this
man.
match was 60,179.
Mane, he's got away, and he's had it nicked away. Oh, no question, that's a foul. Messi, Rodri, now it's Darwin. He's had it taken off him. Rodri, that's a sharp pass. De Jong. Messi.
Yeah, this kind of bold running will always get you into areas of possibility.
Great hit! Really well taken goal. And the game is well and truly turned on its head. That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
Madrid take the lead.
Yeah, for me, this team seems to find it easier to attack than defend, but now they're going to need to dig in at the back a bit.
Mbappe. Oh, he's defended very well against those tricky feet.
Well, it's good stuff. This is better.
They're coming again and again.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue, and they'll get clinical.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Expertly cut out, really nicely done. And that was very necessary. Well, it has been a very watchable, sometimes rather desperate contest. Understandable, one supposes, when considering what's at stake
Well,
here.
Peter, as you said, this is huge. Could do with more intensity and purpose, though, if they're looking to turn this around.
Can he get onto this? And it's Drogba.
I think it's time for them
There will
to
be 1
concentrate
minute
on
at a
closing this
time.
one out.
He's picked his way through. And he's managed to get rid. And that's that. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end. Momentum shifting this way and that. The kind of match as... Well, games at this level don't come too much bigger than this one.
Hello
90
everyone,
minutes to
and
decide
welcome to
whether they
Emirates
can take the
Stadium.
big step up. The manager has challenged his players to deliver a statement, a warning shot to prospective opponents for next season. This is it. Vibrant and vivacious, there is a genuine appetite for the game here, retaining, as it does this stadium, the spirit of the grand old ground they left behind a mile away. Nunez! And that's another throw. He's tried one! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Rodri is offering a right smile there.
And we have our very first corner. And that should get the job done. And now a sudden chance to counter. That's a shade optimistic. Tony Adams. Now there is a proper defender, Jim.
Well, not too many Englishmen can rival his leadership qualities, Peter.
He just had so many strengths. You could go on all day about him, couldn't you?
Well, the epitome of solidity, thanks to his winning mentality and ability to organise a back four. You don't argue with Tony Adams. You do what you're told.
Messi, he's having a go! Beckham. And it's Fernando Torres. He's had it taken off him. Neither side yet able to find the net. Now it's Darwin. Maradona. And it's Roberto Carlos. Great run on the overlap here. That's a nicely weighted pass. Well, that's well seen too. Nice sequence of passes this. Drogba. He's in space and looking for options. Referee's given a throw. Belletti. Here's Roberto Carlos. Messi. Drogba. Climbs up big! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay. Not the best distribution from the keeper. That's a good ball played into space. Messi. Mbappe. De Jong. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Mbappe! Oh, he's found some space here. Rodri. Nicely aimed pass. Oh, that's nicely done. Maradona. Oh, this is a very good run. Nunez. And that's been won straight back. Now it's Drogba. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. Darwin. Quality ball.
There will be 1 minute
Messi.
added time.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
And that'll be the last act of the first half. But it has been a half largely of could-haves and should-haves. Perhaps the more impatient amongst the supporters will feel they're overdue a goal, but it's certainly not for the want of trying, so nothing to show as yet. At the break, it's 0-0. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, I think despite the scoreline, it's been watchable and enjoyable. We certainly had a vibrant start, and if we were going to see a goal, it should have come then. But the odds are favourable for this second half.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
Nunez, now the finish! Messi. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Messi. Roberto Carlos did well to step in there, that was more
The
than
attendance
necessary.
for this match was
A deeply
61,052.
frustrating game so far. Certainly in terms of the scoreline, it remains 0-0.
Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
And here's Mbappe. Mbappe! Just off target.
Mbappe has taken on too much there. That isn't one of the areas he thrives on.
Substitution on the field. Number 19.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches.
Yeah, the manager was saying he'll be facing the prospect of having to make some brave decisions around this time. How right he proved to be.
Pedri. Spread neatly. Looks for the finish. And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Sporting just served up a reminder of how good they can be on the break. Their method is clear.
It's a mighty effort! He's done well to get his head on that, but couldn't score.
Well, this is simple. The supply is to be admired. The defending is to be admonished.
Messi. Floated through. Endrick gets into some space. And it's Maradona. That's a nicely measured pass. And he welcomes it in.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Messi. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. No, that's been intercepted.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
Mbappe gets flagged offside. De Jong. That's been cut out,
There
well
will be
played.
1 minute added time.
We are into overtime. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. So a tough one to gauge. Defensive dominance combined with wastefulness in attack.
Team match, let's go.
Cover me! Reloading! Cover me! The blue team has scored for the first time! Cover me! Reloading! Down! Cover me! Reloading! Cover me! Reloading! Cover me! Reloading! Cover me! Reloading!
Team match, let's go.
Cover me! Reloading! Cover me! is in the lead.
Victory.
ছোট হলে এরকম
না না বিষয়টা ওইরকম না, বিষয়টা
হার্দিক তো কোনো কিছু না, কিন্তু হেরও তো চাইতে ভালো লাগে ভাই। কত
তোমার